We've got a 4-13 game here in the South region. Remember, that's the top left-hand corner of your bracket. In this one, we got the 4-seed Virginia Cavaliers taking on the 13-seed Furman Paladins in the first round. For Virginia, another terrific year for the Cavaliers, 26-7 overall. They finished second in the ACC. They lost in that ACC championship game. Typical 2 years past. This is a very typical Tony Bennett squad. They're terrific defensively, 25th in the nation in defensive efficiency. They're also a terrific paint defensive squad, 37th in paint defense. Virginia built on that defense once again. This team has struggled a lot of the season offensively, however, most of the time their defense has been good enough where it hasn't mattered. Virginia just hasn't made shots on a consistent basis lately. They rely heavily on their mover blocker offense, which essentially, to break that down, relies on a lot of back screens and off-ball movement and pin down screens to get shooters open on the wings. Virginia relies heavily on this, rely heavily on ball movement in the half-court offense, but they've still struggled offensively. Virginia's going to need their lead guard, Armand Franklin, who's averaged 12.5 points per game this year, to really step up in this tournament and make shots. If Franklin can't get going, not a lot of belief in this Virginia squad. The Cavaliers lost one of their best inside offensive threats, Ben Vanderplas, for the rest of the season. They've struggled to score, and they're relying heavily on that outside shot, which isn't great for this team. The question mark for them is, can they make shots from the outside? I don't know if they can right now. They're going to have to prove us wrong in that regard to win this game and win multiple games in the tournament. On the flip side of things, we've got the 13-seeded Furman Paladins, 27-7 overall on the year for Furman. They are the SoCon champions this year. Contrary to Virginia, terrific offensive team for Furman, 33rd in the nation in offensive efficiency. This team jacks a ton of threes, put them up at the 13th highest rate in the nation. Also, they are the first in two-point percentage. So not only do they take a lot of threes, they're smart when they take twos. They shoot the best percentage from two in the entire nation. The player to look out for is Jalen Slauson, the senior wing for this Paladin squad. He's been on fire over the past couple weeks and dominated in the SoCon tournament. From a defensive perspective, Furman, not really a lot to write home about. They're not great on that defensive end. The problem for this team is they are undersized. The biggest player that they have on their team that gets significant minutes is 6'9". They play a lot of players around 6'5", 6'6" at that power forward spot, so they're definitely going to be smaller than Virginia. The question mark here is, can they slow down Virginia from getting easy buckets in the paint? Virginia has struggled to do that. On the flip side, it's been tough going for the Cavaliers to get easy buckets. So I think this game matches up really interesting between the two squads. Can Furman get enough buckets both inside and out? They're going to take a lot of threes. If they can knock some of them down, it's going to put the pressure on Virginia to make shots. Again, without Ben Vanderplas, Virginia has had a tough time scoring in the paint over the past couple of weeks. They're going to take a lot of jump shots from the outside. I'm not sure if they're going to hit enough of them in this game. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to come down to who can make more jump shots. If I had to put this on the upset potential meter, I am going with an upset brewing. I don't know if Virginia is going to get out of this first round. And with that, give me the Furman Paladins, a 13 seed, to pull off a huge upset over Virginia. I think they knock down enough shots to get by the Cavaliers, and they move on to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Do you want to win your March Madness bracket pool? Do you want to not only beat your friends, but humiliate them? If that sounds good to you, subscribe down below, because we are previewing all 36 first-round games of the NCAA tournament and give you the info you need to crush your friends and dominate your bracket pool.